I'm Cannon Clifford, and this week on Ask an Injury Lawyer, I'll answer your question: how do you determine negligence against a doctor? Not every poor healthcare outcome is caused by medical malpractice. In fact, the majority are not. All medical treatments and procedures have some inherent risk. In some cases, the illness is incurable, regardless of the standard of care being provided. But when a minor procedure goes awry, or a routine prescription causes serious harm, it likely means that mistakes were made. In such cases, doctors' negligence may be to blame. Determining whether a healthcare provider failed to follow protocol or meet proper standards of care is crucial for the sake of the client as well as future patients, but it ain't easy. Every malpractice case against a doctor is complex and unique. So how do you prove a doctor is negligent? Well, every case is different. Your medical malpractice lawyer will generally follow the following framework for the basis of your claim. First, we establish a criteria for a reasonable standard of care. Before we can determine whether your doctor's actions failed to meet reasonable medical standards, we must first define those criteria. Your medical malpractice lawyer will retain specialists from the healthcare sector to identify reasonable standards of care, then ascertain whether these were met. Second, we identify a breach of this reasonable standard of care. Once we've established criteria for reasonable standards of medical care and competency, we must prove the doctor's negligence. Next, we establish causation for your personal injury. To win your medical malpractice case, you must link your injury to the doctor's negligence. In some cases, a proven breach of reasonable standards of care may be unrelated to the injury. For example, failure to sterilize surgical tools is a clear breach of reasonable standards, but cannot be considered the cause for the wrong arm being operated on. On the other hand, the doctor's negligence here could be linked to the development of a life-threatening infection during the patient's recovery. Finally, we assess the damages of your medical malpractice injury. Once you have submitted evidence that establishes the doctor's negligence caused your injury, you'll need to assess its financial consequences. Accurate assessments depend on specialized knowledge obtained through collaboration between insurers, medical experts, and members of your legal team. Negligence cases against a doctor are complicated and will often require the keen eye of a specialized lawyer. There are also often limitation periods that apply, which may bar you from bringing a claim. Make sure to consult with a lawyer if you think you have been wronged by a doctor. Thank you for joining us this week, and please send us your questions in the comments below.